Hello, and welcome to another Slinging Sunday. Today I'll be showing you how to make a woven sling. My take on the Farcry Primal sling, okay? So for this you'll need some jute. This is just regular old twisted jute twine. You can find this at any hardware store in their outdoor section or their rope section, okay? And I have, this was 190 feet. I think I got it for like $4, $4 bucks. Okay, you'll only need probably 20 feet of this at most. Okay, then you'll also need some thin hemp twine. Okay, I got this at Walmart, I think, for $2 or $3. You can get this again at any craft store or hobby store. Then you'll need some leather for the pouch. I chose some black leather that I have laying around. It's just regular old cowhide leather. You can get this in pretty much any craft store. Hobby Lobbies tends to, they're upping their game a little bit and they're selling better quality leather. You can also get it at Tandy Leather or any other leather store. You'll need a pair of scissors, a knife, and a big needle. A needle with the eye big enough so that the hemp twine can actually fit through the eye of the needle, okay? And then you'll also need an awl, okay? And then somewhere to work. I chose outside since it is a beautiful day here. So since this video is or since this project is more complicated than any others that I have done, I'll break it up into 2 or possibly 3 videos, stretching out over 2 or 3 weeks. And then we'll do a shooting video of me shooting the sling that we made, okay? So what we'll need, excuse me, what we'll need is we take, the jute is going to be the main body of the sling, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to do 2 wingspans for each strand, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to find the middle of the strand, just like in the yarn sling video or woven sling video, and then we're going to just hold on to that pretty much, okay? So we're going to do that 4 times. Right. So I have my 4 strands. Okay. Now right here is a good time to pause the video if you want to just catch up and if you're making it along with me. Okay. So, all right. So now that we have the 4 strands, and they're all roughly the same length. As you can see, I have pretty much 4 different lengths, and that was just because I had droops in the wingspan, and so that added a little bit or took off a little bit of length, okay? Depending on the amount of droop and whatever. Okay, so now that we have the middle, that is going to be where the finger loop is going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a style of rope making called reverse wrap, okay? And that basically what that is we separate these into 2 groups. Into the group on top and to the group on the bottom, okay? And we take the group on top and we twist it away from the group on the bottom and we move it down, okay? So again, twist it away and then down. Twist it away and then down. And I'll go ahead and show you a close-up view of that just so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, so this is the reverse wrap. We twist away from the bottom one and we go down. And then I like to pinch it just to hold it in place for the moment until you get a good grouping. And then after a while it'll start to look like that. And then you can do it back here But in order to keep the tension, I like to pinch it right where the previous strands intertwine. Okay, so I did that, and I move it down, then I twist away, and we go down again. Then twist away, and we go down again. So that's the reverse wrap. And we will do that pretty much the length of the finger loop, okay, until we get to the point that we want to join the two groupings back together. Okay, and then that will form the loop, and then will form the shape of the strands, okay? Probably doesn't make a lot of sense, especially if you don't know what I'm talking about, so I'll go ahead and show you. Okay, so now we have the finger loop section reverse wrapped. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make mine a little bit bigger than my finger, because the jute is rather abrasive on the skin. And so you tend to go raw on the finger loop, around the finger, pretty easily. So that's where the hemp comes in. I'll wrap the finger loop. Now, you will just want to make it a little bit bigger, probably 1/4 of an inch bigger to 1/2 an inch, depending on the finger loop size you want, how tight you want the finger loop around your finger, and all that. Okay, so I make mine a little bit, probably 1/4 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch, or let's see, that's about 1.5 centimeters. Yeah. No. 1 centimeter to 1.5 centimeters is what I generally do. Okay. Hey. Sorry, my cat got the ends of my string. Okay. So what we do is we basically fold the strands over, and then with the strands twisting down or up, form new groups. And then those groups are now groups of 4 instead of groups of 2. Okay? And this should be relatively tight. You don't want it to be loose, because then it won't be good rope. Okay? So I'll go ahead and show you an up close picture of this, just so you can see. Okay, so this is this is the reverse wrapped jute for the finger loop. And what we do is we basically just fold over. We fold over the loop, the reverse wrap, and then that forms so that there are 2 groups going one way, and then 2 groups going the opposite way, and those form our pairs, so that we can reverse wrap the whole thing. Okay. Okay, so that is the up close view of what I'm doing. Okay, and then I will just keep reverse wrapping the strands until I get the designated length of for my for my sling. Excuse me. So we just continue reverse wrapping all the way down until we want to separate the strands yet again. Or until we want to separate the strands so that they can actually start to form the sides of the pouch so that we can stitch it on. Okay? And that is part 1. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.